Rheumatoid arthritis affects 1.3 million Americans.
There are 2.5 as many women as there are men that suffer from rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid arthritis usually occurs in middle-aged people, but the average age is 66.8.
There's a high risk of disability and mortality with people with rheumatoid arthritis.
What is rheumatoid arthritis?
Rheumatoid arthritis is most commonly known as a long-term autoimmune disease. Rheumatoid arthritis leads to excessive inflammation surrounding the joints. It is most commonly found in women and elderly people. It occurs when the immune system attacks the synovium, which is the tissue that lines the joint, and causes inflammation. This causes the synovium to thicken and in turn destroys cartilage and bone within the joint. The tendons and ligaments stabilizing the joints are weakened and stretched, leading to deformation and unalignment.
What factors cause rheumatoid arthritis?
Like many diseases, rheumatoid arthritis is influenced by both genetics and an ever-changing environment. Although specific causation is unknown, we do know that genetics makes individuals more susceptible to environmental factors such as infection with certain viruses and bacteria. As an autoimmune disease, it is implied that the body's immune system mistakenly attacks human tissue.
So what signals the body to do this? Candidates for this disease are some sort of pathogenic bacterium, mycoplasm, or virus. The earliest spotting of the disease has been found in precapillary sites, where neutrophils and CD4 cells begin to move into the area. The MHC2 complex, an autoimmune response, is activated, suggesting that an antigen is triggering the alert that an infection is present. This leads to the initial inflammation around the joint. What research is being done to find out more about rheumatoid arthritis?
Relatively new research has been investigating the lack of early childhood exposure to infectious disease. It has been determined that the increase of early exposure to disease-causing pathogens and parasites correlates to the decrease in susceptibility to many diseases by exposing the immune system to an environment with increased biodiversity. Researchers have identified this trend known as the hygiene hypothesis.
In an experiment conducted by our lab, students collected samples of bacteria from 12 different locations to test the functional diversity of each specimen. These locations differed from the amount of human influence on the area. Areas of high human influence were eateries and offices, whereas areas of low human influence were habitats by the Mississippi River. Functional diversity is the measurement of an ability of a microbial community to utilize different energy sources in an environment. We hypothesized that in areas of high human influence there would be low functional diversity, and in areas of low human influence the functional diversity would be higher. Upon running statistical tests, we learned that the high human influence locations had a significantly lower value of functional diversity than the low human influenced areas.
What are ways to prevent rheumatoid arthritis?
Although there is no way to completely avoid the chances of developing rheumatoid arthritis, there are several protection techniques to lower the risk for those who are more susceptible. Avoiding mismatch, basically making sure that the environment of the childhood correlates to the environment of the adulthood. Early exposure to pathogens also develops a stronger immune system, and healthy diet and exercise can also strengthen the immune system.
What treatments are available?
Some people with severe rheumatoid arthritis elect to have surgery to reduce their pain. People with rheumatoid arthritis may have a total joint replacement, where the damaged joints are replaced with plastic and metal parts. Since rheumatoid arthritis can affect the tendons surrounding the affected joints, surgeons may operate to repair the tendons if they have loosened or ruptured. Finally, joint replacement may not be an option for all affected with rheumatoid arthritis, so surgeons may fuse a joint to stabilize and realign the joint for pain relief.
Other common treatments include anti-inflammatory drugs such as NSAIDs and biological disease-modifying drugs, DMARDs. Other things you can do are therapy, which includes physical and occupational therapy, and then maintaining a good lifestyle, such as good self-management, exercise, and a good diet, which will reduce pain and disability.